and I supposed to talk today on Daniel's channel Warm Hearts about story about my husband and my life in Poland, also in America, and all the problems with being with the sick husband. My husband passed away 10 years ago. It's gonna be a few days, January 26. He was a great man. We met in Poland. He was a sailor, and I was a guide in a Polish town, Szczecin. And he came to see all the guides who are there. So we met there on a special occasion. He asked me to dance, and then he stuck with me for 40 years. So what happened, I'm Jewish and my husband was Catholic. So there was not a problem for me or him, but always a problem with my parents, especially my mother, because my father was like open-minded and everything. My mother was very traditional Jewish woman. So when she sees me and him, she told me that that's not good way to see the guy who is not Jewish. So I suppose I better go and see a Jewish man. So I didn't even care about what my mother said. I was 19, we met, we fell in love, and we was in Poland like 2 years. He was sailing. He was a sailor, and I was in love with him. He was such a good man, and very honest, and very happy, and optimistic, and whatever. What happened, we see each other for 2 years, and I didn't plan to marry him right away because I was very young, and and really we didn't think that like to marry right away. But the situation in Poland started to be very bad for Jewish people. And 1968, 2 years after we met, they said that the Jewish people supposed to leave Poland because of the anti-Semitic whatever it was in Poland with the communists. So he wrote me a letter. I remember exactly. He wrote me a letter. I was in a nice place with my mother, and he said, "Don't worry about this, what's happening, doesn't matter for me. You, my love, and I will want to be with you, so we have to be married." So when I came back, I was afraid to tell my mother and my father because they was not against that, but they were thinking if we're gonna immigrate, so it's gonna be like that. We have my last name was my maiden name, so if I'm gonna marry him, I have to change the name. So because of this, we will have to change all the documents, passport and everything. I didn't know about something. I didn't care, and I went to a principal hall to find out when I could have, what day I could marry him. So they said, in no way I married him in December. I said, okay, do you have any day? Any day. Yes, we have one day, December 13, Friday. So I decided to have a wedding on December 13, Friday. My husband didn't know the date because he was on the sea. So I just prepared everything. My girlfriend gave me the dress, nice dress, and all the preparation. So I went to the ship when he was standing in the port, and I told him what happened. He said, "Oh my goodness, right in December 13." I said, "I have no choice, because if they're gonna be January, they're gonna leave Poland." So we decided 1, 2, 3. My family didn't know anything about my wedding, only his family. We have a nice, very, very modest, wedding. We organized that wedding in my husband's house. His mother knows, and the sister knows, and 2 friends, and a very nice, wedding reception. We went to the nice restaurant after that. We was dancing. In back of my mind, I was very sad because my parents cannot be on my wedding, and not even my family. My family never came to my wedding because I didn't invite them. I was afraid that they're gonna stop my wedding, so we did it without my family. Then after the wedding, you know, I have to notify inform my parent that I was married. So I was afraid to tell them directly. So I went to my father friends and told them. They graduate. They said, oh, congratulations. They was happy for us, and they said that they will talk to my parents and we will see how it's gonna happen. So I was waiting in my husband's apartment. It was so scared. And they called me and they said one thing: your father don't want to see you anymore. He took all your clothes out of the door, sitting in the front of the door, and he doesn't want to see you anymore. So I was crying, you know, and I didn't take the clothes, nothing. And we went to another friend and tell them what to do. You know, I'm so scared. And he said, you know what? I will be the judge of this. Let's go together with me to your father place, and we will talk. So we were sitting. My father was here, he was here, and we was on the side of the table. And he was telling my father, "What are you doing? They love each other. They want to be together. Don't be opposite. Don't oppose this." And he said, "No, but she's not supposed to do this because she's supposed to tell us what she's doing." And I started crying and I said, "I never can tell you anything because you always was telling me that I'm not supposed to do anything against you." That's, you know, that would happen. And then, you know, all together in March of 1969, we left Poland, all of us. So after that wedding, we left Poland we went to Austria, because there was like, you know, they gave us a travel document, not passport. They took away our citizenship, and we end up in Austria, all family. And because my father have invitation from his sister to America, they left to America, but me and my husband, we changed the name. I changed the name, so we have to have a new passport, everything new. So we have to go to Italy and wait for American visa for 6 months. That was great. I mean, not so great to be immigrant, you know, to go out of Poland, but it was nice to be together in Italy. So what happened now, we spent together 4 years together. There was up and downs always, you know, that's normal. We was happy, and then we had 2 daughters, and one day he was working in the port of Newark. He fell down from the scaffold and he became deaf, totally deaf. Nothing helps him. He was in the hospital for 3 months, and I was with him. And after that, you know, we lived for another 30 years, you know. We had good time. We went to Poland, went back to Poland. There was a lot of stories about that. And then he smoked a lot. He smoked a lot, and the doctor said to him that if he not stop smoking, he will die. So he was trying so much to stop, and he couldn't. I don't know. Many people stop smoking. He can't. So he ended up in drugs for smoking and everything, and then he went to a lot of hospitals. And, you know, after a while, you know, I was with him to the end. I remember the day when he died. I mean, I wasn't there. It was Sunday, and I went to him and I talked to him, and he said that he sees the angels someplace on his mind. And I was like shaking. I said, "What angels?" "I don't know, I feel angels, I see angels." And I was like, "Oh my goodness, what he's talking about." He said, "You know what, I'm going, and I'm gonna come tomorrow." And I kissed his forehead, and I felt something that I will not see him again. And next day he died. So I went to the support group. Later, I was very, very sad, you know. This is hard, you know. He was only 70 years old. I was 62, and I go through a lot with this, his sickness. But I'm okay now, you know. I accept what happened, and I really miss him, and I really think about him every day. I have no one day if I don't feel see that he's in my memories. Thank you for listening to my story. If you enjoy it, if you like to know about me more, So my Facebook is Lila Wysinski, and you can write to me or wherever, and I can answer your questions. I just like to continue those stories because I'm a second generation of Holocaust survivors, and I really need to talk to people and tell me my story because, you know, I don't know how many people gonna be in this world for a long time, so I think it's very important for people to know how was it then in Poland.